No, 2. Between bonjours and je m'appelles with jittery freshmen in French 1, I wondered how Hannah's first out school day was going. I'd called her before I left the house to see if she wanted to meet up after her tennis thing, but she said she'd be fine. I hoped she was right. On my way out of the classroom, Professor Elaine stopped me. Dizzy Beaumont-Smith, she read from the class roll, pronouncing my name as Dizzy Beaumont-Smith, even though she was only French-Canadian, not even French-French. I'm curious. You're a junior, yes? And yet you've chosen to take basic French this year? Yep. I did Latin 1 in 8th grade, then Spanish 1 and 2, so I thought it was time to give French a shot. She blinked. I went on. Everyone says that to really become fluent in a language, you have to live there. So I'm going to become conversational in every language and then travel the world and become fluent that way. Hannah was conversational in German, so we had that covered. That's a very interesting plan, Dizzy. I'd heard the word interesting enough in my 16 years to know what it really meant. I sighed, said, Merci, and headed out the door before she could correct my pronunciation. As I navigated to next period, I scanned my schedule. Yep, 1 class with Hannah, AP Bio. I despised lab reports, and my B- average in physics last year had been agony to maintain. But I knew she'd be taking it, so I signed up. I only wished we had more classes together, that I didn't have to go through so much of my day alone. I spotted her on the way to the gym, headed down to our annual first day of school club fair. She nodded soberly as we took to the stairs. So what's it going to be? For a serial hobbyist like myself, club life made school life bearable. If you'd asked me last week, I'd have declared for the Palmetto Foodies, but now I had other ideas. Drama? Hannah suggested. Parapsychology? I waved my hand at the mere mention of last year's club. They were just a bunch of debunkers. Still have the gear? The EMF meter's in the garage somewhere. I'll hunt ghosts with you anytime. I smiled at her lie. The idea of preppy Hannah holed up in an abandoned mental institution for 2 minutes, let alone an entire night, was ludicrous. Frankly, it didn't sound that great to me anymore, either. It's the foodies, then. Hannah whapped my shoulder. You know how I knew. Every time you came over for dinner this summer, you asked my mom what restaurant the meal was from and tried to guess what spices the chef... Actually, I interrupted gently, watching her from the corner of my eye. I was thinking the Alliance. Which alliance? The Rebel Alliance. Hannah looked blank. I smiled, nudging her. Is there more than one alliance in this school? No, Hannah shook her head. Wait, I'm legit confused now. I was thinking maybe both of us could check it out. Oh, she said, her face going pale. Right. At the doorway to the gym, a bustling mecca of booths, banners, and bored kids, I stopped to whisper. Are you not out, Han? Am I reading this wrong? She scanned the room, tugged peevishly at her hair. No, I'm out. Yeah. Let's go say hi to the Rebel Alliance. With arms looped, we sauntered past 4-H, Green Thumbs, and the football boosters. When we passed the homecoming committee table, Natalie Beck peered up at us, eyes darkening as if we owed her a goat for crossing her bridge. Hannah tensed, but I lifted my chin and tightened my grip, marching us straight to the gayest booth in the room. Not that it was all that gay. The Alliance's folding table was festooned with a minuscule rainbow banner and a laminated sheet of paper bearing the name of their club that you couldn't read until you were standing right in front of it. At the table were 2 girls dressed so differently and sitting so far apart that I wondered whether the school had stuck 2 groups together to save space. I knew the girl on the left, a senior, Raina Moore. She was one of the few black kids in my world.